Good morning, welcome back. Well, we had some snow last night, and where I live down by the coast, it didn't stick at all, so basically had nothing by the time we woke up. But I've come up into the hills now. The only problem I've got here in camp is the fact that the sun's coming up and it's melting all the snow on the trees, and it might as well be raining in the woods. Well, I'm going to light the fire now, and I've got my tarp up. I'm going to do all the prep work underneath the tarp, so I've got to go and get my chopping block in here, in the dry. And I will be using the wood from last week, because I really don't want to go out there in the damp and cold when I don't have to, because that makes no sense at all. So prep work, not a lot to do, a little bit of splitting, and then I'm going to get my fire going. I'm going to do a bit of an upside down fire, I think, today, because these rounds, they're dry, but there's a little bit of wet rot in them, so I'm going to pile them up and light the fire on the top. Well, although this wood is under the tarp, it's a bit damp, so I've got a bit more splitting to do than I expected. I've got about 6 feather sticks already carved here, but because it's a bit damp, I thought I'd better make a few more. Ignite the stick. And when the weather's proper shit, the bush tool comes out. A rough one for kindling. Well, that struggled. You can see how damp it is. You know, that wood was split pretty fine, about at least 6 feather sticks, and it struggled. That's how damp it is. But it's going good now. Perseverance is the key. And I snap them twigs because they're less likely to roll off the top if they're snapped. And there's more surface area for the flame to catch if they're snapped anyway. So if you're wondering why I was snapping them, that's why. Got my hot water bottle because it is below freezing today. That warms my hands up nice. Bit too warm at the moment. I haven't used this cup for a while. I've gone small today because, well, you'll see later, I got something filling my pack up. Now this is a Torx titanium pot, but I really didn't like the bail handle, so I put a wire on it. Fire's burning well now because it was touch and go. I should have a cup of tea in about 5 minutes. Did I say 5 minutes? My God, I think it felt more like 2. That pot, that titanium pot, seems to be conducts a lot better than the stainless steel Pathfinder pot, or mug, whatever you want to call it. The Pathfinder bottle and mug set went in a trade. I didn't see the point in keeping 2 sets which are more or less identical, and the Goit Designs bottle and that I've had for a long time, so the Pathfinder one had to go. Cup of tea then. Now she's burning well with not a lot of smoke, which is good considering I thought because that wood was damp it's going to smoke like hell, but it isn't, so that's alright. Well, I adjusted the fire about 5 minutes ago and put a couple of larger rounds of this stuff from last week, and I tell you what, I think it was a bad idea, because cutting that wood, that is. It's so dry and on the point of rot that it soaked moisture up like a sponge. So being under here in the tap didn't actually keep it dry, because the moisture from the ground, and I did put it on top of some of the sticks, has just soaked up into it. So this wood is pretty damp. It's burning okay, mine, But when I put it on the fire, as soon as I did that, the sun went down. Hell of a drop in temperature. So it's a lot cooler now than it was 10 minutes ago when that was burning nicely. Well, it's burning nice again now, but a hell of a lot of smoke coming off it, which is obviously steam, mainly steam because of the damp. So I don't know if I'll bother cutting any more off that tree. Perhaps what I'll do is cut it and burn it the same day and not leave it here. If it was in a wood store or something with air blowing through, it would probably have been fine, but it would burn quick because it's on the turn. Well guys, my main thing I'm going to do today is burn in my new tent stove. And I've treated myself to a Pomoly T1 Mini with the intention of using this in my one tigress little teepee. Unfortunately, we are on lockdown at the moment due to this pissing virus, so I can't go camping. I can come up the woods because it's not far, and well, I'm only me up here, but I didn't want to travel any distance to go camping, so unfortunately there's a good chance I'm not going to be able to use it this winter, but it needs burning in. You've probably seen these before if you're interested in tent stoves. Plenty of other guys done videos on them. Well, I need to burn it in, and apparently rolling up the chimney for the first time is a complete son of a bitch, so I may struggle. They give you these gloves because apparently this is sharp. Well, I'm not going to bore you with me putting this together because there's so many other guys have done it. I'm going to crack on now. Well, putting the box together was a doddle. Nice and easy. Here's the fun bit, and I'm going to film this because this may be comedy value, comedy gold. Me struggling. This is not easy. I'm going to turn the camera off because I'm struggling. Well, that was a nightmare and I made a complete pig's ear of it. Look at the state on that. Well, there's some wood in it. It's going out to the top, okay. I really did a pig's ear of the chimney. I'm not happy with that. I may have to re-roll it tight the other way after I'm done and hope that the dents come out of it, and perhaps at home with somebody else to help me, the wife, she won't like that at all, roll it up a bit better and burn it again. I was told they were a pig to roll up, but me being a smart ass, I thought I'd ignore it. As long as it works, and it does seem to be working. Well, the Pomoly stove is burning nicely. I got no complaints with that. My major complaint is myself. I really should have taken notice and done that tube and the first burn at home. That was arrogance and stupidity, all rolled into one. It's turned out a shit day. It's sleeting, it's cold, it's wet, it's just plain miserable. Thank goodness I've got this tarp. That's all I can say, or I'd be like a drowned rat now. I'm going to split a bit of wood up now, get it back in this stove and boil some water on it. Well, I'm smoked out here. Mega low pressure today. My fire just doesn't want to burn. It's got down now to the last two logs that are near the floor and it just doesn't want to burn. I think I'll probably put it out because it's slightly unbearable. I could fiddle about with it and within about 10 minutes it would be okay. But I'm concentrating on my stove and the water's just boiled, so that's a good thing. Very little airflow here today, as I say, low pressure. Shame. I've risen the fire now up off the cold damp ground to stop it smoking. It's 2 wet logs from last week's burn. Put a couple of twigs in here. Well, that seems to have cured it temporarily, but airflow, very important for your fire, as you probably know. Well, it's about 5 minutes later now, and that really did work. I'm quite pleased about that. Well, a cold, wet day has come to an end. Not the finest day I've ever spent in the woods. It's damp, it's cold. I made a right mess of rolling out that tube. One good thing is the stove gets cool really quick, so nice and easy to pack away. The chimney was pretty easy to roll back up, but I'm definitely going to have to do something at home about that, because I'm not happy at all about that. So I'll leave you to it. If you think it's worth it, give it a thumbs up. I had lots of plans today. I got an SE5 with me that my buddy Toby has lent me, which I wanted to test out. Haven't pulled it out of the bag. And I've also got this Victorinox knife, which I've been sent to by Victorinox, which is awesome. And I want to give that a good testing. But I spent so much time today piddling about with the stove that, well, it went out the window. Next time. Right, all the best, and I'll see you next time. Ta-ra. And that's gone. I sold that in a trade. So I'm stuck with this one now, which I've had a let. Yeah. That one went in. Start again. Fucking hell. Now she's burning well with not a lot of smoke, which is good, considering I thought because that wood was damp it's going to smoke like hell, but it isn't. So that's alright. That's good. Fuck yeah. Ooh, yeah. Fuck, that was hot. Oh. Oh, that was stupid. Burnt my finger. Knob.